Hey guys, just fly through Thursday's class with you. So, warm-up is dislocates, a lying pec stretch, and a frog stretch. So, dislocates, as usual, 10 reps each time. So we can go with a band if you have a band. If you don't have a band, we can just roll up a towel. Okay, so keeping a nice straight arm, overhand grip. Okay, all the way over and back. Okay, nice and controlled. So narrowing that grip if you find that a little bit easier, if you want to increase the range of motion in the shoulder joint. Okay, just bring it in a little bit closer for me as opposed to holding it out. Is that okay? If you don't have a band, just rolling up your towel. Is that alright? So 10 of those each time. Once you've that done, it is a lying pec stretch. Okay, so it is coming down onto the floor. Okay, face down, hands extended out to the side. Okay, so if I tuck my right hand in, I'm going to bring it right in towards my chest. Okay, my left hand is going to stay facing down, and then I'm going to reach over. So I'm going to start to turn, and I'm going to step all the way over with my right leg, then bringing my right hand right into my chest, pushing it into the ground, and pushing my chest forward. Is that okay? So I'm feeling a nice big stretch coming from the shoulder right down towards the pec, and we're going to hold that for 30 seconds, switching over 30 seconds on the other side. Once you have that done, we are going into a frog stretch. Okay, so our frog stretch is trying to get our knees nice and wide. Okay, so we want to try and go as wide as your range of motion, as your flexibility will allow. Okay, once we get into position, I want your heels in line with your knees. Okay, then we're coming down onto your forearms, pointing your toes up towards you, and then we are just sitting our hips back towards our heels, keeping that back nice and straight. Okay, and once we get into that bottom position, we're going to hold for 45 seconds, just easing ourselves out when we're coming up out of that. Is that okay? So 2-3 rounds as best you can. Once you have that all done, okay, we are going into our Metcon. So Metcon, we have a buy-in and a buy-out. Okay, so our buy-in is 15 dips. So your dips can be done off a bar, box, chair, whatever it might be, just a raised platform. Okay, so they're going to be box dips. You're going to do 15 of those. Once you have that done, you are going to go into 100 ground to overheads. Okay, so 100 ground to overhead. So that can be whatever piece of equipment you want to do it with. Is that okay? So you can go with plate, dumbbell. If anyone... Phone fell. If anyone wants to do it with a bar, okay, a lightweight or whatever as well, they can. That's perfectly fine. Is that okay? So it's whatever weight you have, but make sure it is relatively challenging. Okay, so it is 100 ground to overheads. To break up the ground to overheads, you are going to be doing surrenders. You are going to do surrenders after 5 ground to overheads, after 15, after 30, after 50, after 75. Okay, so you'll notice it's going up in 5s, the gap is getting a little bit wider, so you'll do after 5, then the next time it'll be 10, the next time it'll be 15, and so on. So you'll do surrenders after 5, ground to overhead, 15, 30, 50, and 75. Is that okay? The surrenders, you can do them body weight, or you can perhaps just do them with a light-weight. Is that alright? Then once you have that done, our buy-out is 20 dips. Okay, so your buy-out then is going to be 20 dips. So the workout, our dips, raised platform. If we can come into a straight leg position, brilliant. If not, we can bend our knees just to make it a little bit easier and feet flat on the ground. But other than that, is keeping the elbows nice and close in, lowering all the way down, and driving to full extension all the way back up. Is that okay? So you're going to do 15 of those. Once you have that done, ground to overhead. So I'll just demo with a plate. Okay. So it is a wide stance, keep your chest up, eyes always looking forward. Okay, so it is not doing this with your bum miles up into the air, eyes looking down. Okay, we need to keep chest up, eyes are looking forward. Okay, from there, turning the plate as we get to our chest, and then punching all the way up overhead. Remember, when we push up overhead, it is full extension and pushing your head through at the top. Back down, touch, and up. Once I get to 5, that'll be my first break-up point. I'm going to go into surrenders. If I want, I can use a dumbbell. Okay, so a surrender is reverse lunge, then down onto 2 knees, up onto 1, and standing up. Okay, touch, touch, up, and up. And you're going to do 8 surrenders every time when you're breaking it up. So it is 8 of those surrenders every time you break it up. Once you get to your 100 ground to overhead, you're going to finish the workout by doing 20 dips. Okay, so your arms are going to be getting sore at this point, especially if you're holding a weight for your surrenders as well. Okay, but after 100 ground to overhead, and already he'll have done 15 dips, the last 20 dips are going to be tough. Okay, so if you need to break them up, make sure you do break them up. Okay, so it is 15 bodyweight dips, 100 ground to overheads, splitting up the ground to overheads with 8 surrenders at 5, 15, 30, 50 and 75. Once you get to your 100 ground to overhead, you're going to finish off with 20 bodyweight dips. That's it guys, super work, and I will see you on Zoom.